viewers. Today we have with us Professor Jaroslav Vacek from Czech Republic. He is a great Indologist, and what's amazing about him is that he is well versed in Sanskrit. Right now he is teaching Sanskrit in Charles University, Prague. Let's see what he thinks about Sanskrit language. Namaskar, sir.
Namaskar.
Welcome to DD News.
Thank you.
Sir, being from abroad, being from some other country, what is so fascinating that you found in Sanskrit language that you studied it and then after right now you are teaching also Sanskrit?
The interests which you develop when you are young, and it is conditioned by the readings you obtain, and I was lucky to start between 10 and 15 with many books at that time in Czech. Somehow I felt I would like to study India as such. I started with Tamil, and immediately within half a year I understood that studying Tamil is also has to be accompanied by Sanskrit. So I devoted my studies to these two subjects very sincerely, and I also translated the Gita, for example.
Srimad Bhagavad Gita.
Srimad Bhagavad Gita,
In which
yes.
language?
Into Czech.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but of course, you know, it was only then in the course of time that I understood also that the Czech language and Slavonic languages as such are very close to Sanskrit in many respects. You know, some of the intellectuals started reading about Sanskrit and about Sanskrit grammar, and they found out that there were many words in common and also many grammatical forms. Sanskrit pachamaha in Czech is pečeme.
Okay.
Pachatcha in Czech is pečete. Pachasi in Czech it's pečeš.
So there is much similarity between
Yes.
Sanskrit and your own country's
Exactly,
language.
exactly.
Sir, what's your opinion about Sanskrit? Is it a language, literature, knowledge, or reservoir of wisdom?
Well, I think it is all of these. As the Vaartaavali has it, Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Mudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Svaha. I don't think I have to translate it for you. So I think it stands not only for the sort of metaphysical background of our universe, but also for Sanskrit and all its component parts. It's full, and when full arises from full, and when you take full from full, it remains full.
Sir, as people sometimes they say Sanskrit is a dead language. Being a linguist, what do you think? Is it a dead language or a divine language which can never die?
I was in fact always persuaded that the role of Sanskrit in modern India is very functional, very necessary, and of course, you know, in recent times it was discovered that Sanskrit is spoken in a few villages in Madhya Pradesh and in Karnataka. Yeah, so it is a spoken language nowadays, and in last couple of years I've been also watching some of the internet programs where you teach spoken Sanskrit to youngsters.
What's the conclusion then? It's not a dead language as
It's
far
certainly not. No, no. It is of course very rich heritage from the past, and rich heritage in the sense as a cultural language, but also a language of science. You know, the India in this respect is unique.
Sir, Sanskrit literature, it's very rich and vast. So what's your area of interest in Sanskrit?
You know, I read with my students a bit of epics, mainly Ramayana, pieces of the Mahabharata as well, and then a bit of Kavya. In particular, I like the shloka, one shloka from the Mahabharata,
Okay.
which says, Yasya nasti nija prajna, kevalam tu bahushrutah, nasa janati shastrartham, darvi suparasan yatha. If you don't have knowledge of your own, only have heard much, you don't know the meaning of the Shastras, like the spoon does not know the tastes
Exactly.
of soup, you know, because there are so many tastes in soup.
Sir, how can this study and understanding of Sanskrit may contribute to the development of a human being in society and the country?
Well, this is a very serious question. I think not only Sanskrit, Indology, Indian studies, or whatever you call it, with all its classical parts, language, literature, you know, religion, philosophy, they are important as subject helping to understand India. It started with Sanskrit.
Indology started with Sanskrit language.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
So, sir, being an Indologist, what do you think? What should be the role of Indology in modern times?
I think, you know, it is important for mutual understanding between nations. And all these classical branches of Indology should be known also to specialists who study international relations, international law, political science, sociology, etc., to facilitate easy understanding and then also respect.
Sir, you translated Gita.
Yes. And there was a great interest in that book. The publishing house planned 5,000 copies.
Okay.
But they made inquiries into the shops, you know, and they got feedback orders, so they made 25,000, yeah, and still that was sold within a week.
How popular it is.
Yes, yes,
Srimad Bhagavad Gita, it's popular even in your country.
yes.
That too,
yes.
people, they are buying the books, the translation,
yes,
and then studying
yes,
it.
Definitely.
That's really a big
It
deal.
is so close to Czech, or Czech is so close to Sanskrit. We are the cousins of India. You know, or
Okay.
Indians are our cousins, how to put it,
Cousins.
yes? Yeah.
Thank you so much, Professor Jaroslav Vacek, for speaking to us on Vaartaavali DD News. Thanks a lot. Namaskar.
Namaskar, thank you very much. It was a great occasion, and I hope that this will inspire some questions, further questions.
Yes.
Thank you.
Namaskar.